Good morning. Welcome to my podcast. My name's Caitlin, and today I have a few things that are exciting that are going on. Can't really tell based on the angle here, but like I am kind of dressed up today. Not that I normally am a little bit dressy because where I work, but like, um, I've got on a shiny red dress. That is kind of itchy, so I have to wear like a tank top dress under it, and then it's a long sleeve, so I wore like this other long sleeve kind of almost compression-y type um like cropped situation underneath the dress. So actually I am getting kind of warm just because I've got so many layers on today, but it was below freezing today again, so uh really cold in my car for like the first 15 minutes or something of my drive. Um so yeah, pretty cold. But that's December. I'm glad that it's cold because November was really warm. Um, but today I am wearing this because I have a concert that we're going to. Pardon me. We are going to see uh hmm, the US Army band. I don't know which one it is. They've got like a million of them. Um, they're putting on a Christmas concert. They do it every year. It's free to attend, but you have to reserve tickets. And so my sister and her boyfriend and me and my partner are going. So yeah, pretty pretty cool. Um, but I'm being like picked up from here because um it's in the, like the adjacent city to where I am. Um so I live in the DMV area, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia. I live near DC, Washington DC. The concert's in DC, but I work in Alexandria, Virginia, which is close by, but like traffic is crazy. It's always crazy. But I don't want to drive over there when it's like easy enough for me to be picked up and we can swing back by and pick up my car because um my I can like park here whenever, however long I need to. I've got a parking um like subscription or whatever through work, so I'd really just rather leave my car here and then we only have to take one vehicle. My sister's gonna go with us, and her boyfriend's gonna meet up there. She's got school, so it'll be fun. I always enjoy going. Have got my earplugs and um, my glasses. Usually they don't have a ton of lights. It's a sit down situation. Um, so that I'm kind of looking forward to because I'm gonna be tired. I already am tired. I'm always tired, but um, especially because it's after a long work day, and everything else that's going on today, which I will also get into. But it should be fun. Holiday music, they're pretty inclusive. They incorporate Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and um, trying to remember if they included anything from the Lunar New Year or not. I don't know if they did anything with that. But, they try to be inclusive, and so I appreciate that. Last year, though, unfortunately, we sat in front of a really racist teenager who was like upset not only because they showed a same-sex couple and in one of their like skits, which is just like, what, where have you been living for the past like 20 years? It's common. Like, I don't, anyways. And then they were talking about, like, I don't know, I think they were upset about like the Jewish songs too. And I'm like, oh my God, what is wrong with you? Like, I don't know. I like it. I would have expected it more from like a crotchety old man. But this was somebody like younger than me having those views. I was just like, I am ashamed of you. And to like even be the same ethnicity as you and the same like nationality and like, oh God, I can't believe that you exist. Like, why are you this way? Like, how do you possibly believe those things? I don't get it. Like, I don't want to be associated with you in any way. Um, but that that happened. I just I thought we were getting past that, but apparently not. Sorry, I've been like dealing with some like drainage, dehydration stuff. I think it's because, as always, I've got a million things going on with my body and everything. So I have a deviated septum, but it's technically deviated on both sides because it's like, I guess it's an S shape. I don't know. It's it's something. I can only ever breathe out of like one side of my nose, and it changes. It just depends on the day. Um, this time it's the left side. I don't know. It's yeah. Without getting surgery, there's nothing to do for it, and with my mom's struggles with surgery and healing problems, I don't really want to elect for a surgery unless it's medically necessary. So if I can deal with it, I'd rather deal with it. Obviously, she didn't have a choice, really. She had cancer, so that had to go. 100% had to go. But, a little bit of a messed up nose is fine. And it's on the inside, like, you can't even see it on the outside like some people. So I'll take what I can get there. I've got bigger things to worry about. Um, like my joints. Thankfully, so today I don't have my knee braces on. I've always got the compression socks on, except for that one day. Like, sometimes I won't wear them. Like, I won't wear them to sleep sometimes, or sometimes I won't wear them if I'm, like, I think one of the days that we were on vacation over the past weekend, I didn't wear them. I maybe on Saturday, but that's because I was laying around in bed pretty much all day, other than eating and showering. So, like, I think I did wear them to the concert because I was going to be standing. But, like, yeah, I didn't wear them all day long because I don't want to wear them 24/7. It can cause, like, ingrown hairs and just, that kind of, just some unsavory things. So, try to make sure I exfoliate because I wear them a lot. And, yeah. Um, I personally like to shave. I don't know if it's. I feel like it's mostly a societal thing where I'm expected to. and therefore I can't not to do it. But I also don't love the feeling of like my legs rubbing together when I have longer um, leg hair. Um, but again, I don't personally care. I don't understand why it's such a big deal. Like, I shave my armpits because I have like annoyingly smelly armpits. So, I just like can't. I feel like it traps the smell. And I also use only natural deodorants, so it's already got it's already got um some things going against it. But like with my family's history of like so many different types of cancer, I just don't really want to risk that. I mean, there's so many things that I should or would or could avoid to try to help myself be healthier, but at some point it becomes just so overwhelming. Um, but I don't understand the society's need for women to be like these hairless beings. Like it's just I think you should be natural. Body hair is natural, and however you want to present yourself should be fine. And I don't know why it's not socially accepted. Anyways, a little bit of a tangent. That's gonna happen a lot. Um, but yeah, so basically that's what I've got going on this evening. I'm kind of working backwards um, throughout the day. Then I've got, well, not really backwards because I'm gonna jump to the beginning at 11 today. So in like 3.5 hours, um, I have a um, performance review, which I know I had mentioned briefly in the last episode or so, and yeah, like I'm not worried about it. It's more like this gives me an opportunity to mention some of the things that I'm struggling with, which is good. Problem is, like I had mentioned before, the things I'm struggling with are things that I don't think can be fixed. Like, don't think that I can work less days. I don't think I can reduce my work week from 5 to 4 days a week. I don't think that, like they can't control the fact that I live an hour away. Um, it's only an hour away because of traffic, but if anyone has ever been to DC and seen the traffic around here, you'll understand. Or if you're from this area, I know some of the listeners are from Baltimore, Bethesda area, so you know. But basically, without the game control, I like to come in and do this podcast before work. There's certain things that like I just can't. I don't think it can be fixed. So, what do? Just tell them that. And then I guess whatever they have to say about what they think I could be stronger on, which is fine. Like I think because of who I'm talking to, I'm like pretty sure they're also neurodivergent in some way, but they've never been like assessed. But they do a lot of things that are, I don't know, they at least have some traits that more than most neurotypical people than if they are neurotypical. But I'm more comfortable with this person. I feel like I will be able to have a good conversation about things, and not have a ton of misunderstandings. So that's good. Not common for me. So grateful for that. Um, But that leads me, I guess I was going in priority list, which leads me to 12 today. I have my autism results from my assessment. I am really excited. Yeah, I talked to my. Sorry. I talked to my partner briefly um about it this morning when they were waking up. Um, or last night, I don't remember now. It kind of blends together. It's, so close together. We don't get enough sleep. They don't, especially. But they're saying it's really just confirmation. You know that. Like, we know. We know you're autistic. You're just getting the doctor's opinion. And I'm like, yes, I know. And I'm just so grateful to have a partner that has that viewpoint because it helps me not to get so caught up in my imposter syndrome and self-doubts and stuff. So very, very grateful. But also, like I said, we're pretty sure that my partner is also on the spectrum. And I'm pretty sure they have ADHD too because they also are very like dopamine seeking. Um, I don't know. I feel like that would explain that their mom has ADHD, like 100% been diagnosed. They were diagnosed like a long time ago when it wasn't really as common for women to be diagnosed ADHD. Like her presentation is a lot more typical for I hate to make it gendered, but typically like little boys have this hyperactivity, this physical hyperactivity. Um, and a lot of times, like, people assigned female at birth tend to not as much have the physical um, hyperactivity side, and it tends to be more internalized, which could be a lot to do with socializing as a female, not entirely based on biology. So, um, I do think that because her presentation looked more like what people were used to seeing, that's why she got diagnosed. But it still wasn't understood, and she didn't have any help just because she knew she was ADHD. There was no information for her, and it led to a lifetime of struggle. Um, I mean, just, it's difficult to be neurodiverse in a neurotypical world, but especially not when there is no information on it. Nobody knows anything about it. Even the people who have the conditions aren't given any information to help themselves. So I am glad that we're starting to move in the right direction. I still feel like we have a long way to go. But that's one of the reasons why I'm starting this podcast and doing this, because I want to share my voice and I want to encourage other people to share their voices. And the more we speak up, the more potential for understanding and potential for just awareness in general. So I think, I love seeing all the neurodivergent content out there. Yeah, there might be some stuff that's quote unquote attention seeking, but I really don't think that like 99% or more of the content that's out there is purely because we want to educate people and be understood and not be mistreated. So I'm really excited to have confirmation. I feel like I will be more confident in speaking on neurodivergent experiences and topics, knowing 100% that I am, knowing from a professional diagnosis and a professional opinion, like, I just feel like it'll help me um, to believe myself better. I already have a hard time with that. I have a lot of pain just because of my HEDS, hypermobile EDS. And so a lot of times I will kind of do the same thing with that where I'm like, "Oh, I'm just being dramatic." Like I'm not actually in enough pain to be complaining about this, or nobody wants to hear me complain, so I should just shut up, or complaining about it's not going to actually help, so why even say anything? Why even make my voice be known? So, yeah, it's I don't know. There's people out there. I don't know why, but people got to work early today. Um, a lot of people got to work early today. I work in a work share situation, so like there's a lot of people in and out of here, but normally not till after 8:30. So, and it's 7:30 right now. But back to what I was saying. Um, like right now, my ankle is hurting. My knees haven't started flaring up. I don't know. It kind of depends on the day. I don't really know what triggers certain things. I wish I did because then I could help it maybe happen less, or um, I don't even know. But oh, I think there's a conference going on. Sorry, all the background noise. Bleh. I hate background noise. I would have picked a different spot, but too late now. Um, I was trying to pick a spot that wouldn't have the lights go off like last time. So, I don't know. Maybe it was a good choice, maybe it wasn't. Oh well. But I tend to just downplay everything that's my experience. Like I just tend to invalidate myself all the time. And at least for the past, you know, for 24 years of my life that I can remember. So, I mean, I can't remember probably the first 5 for the most part. So, probably after that, so maybe 20 years of just telling myself that I don't matter. My experience doesn't matter. I shouldn't share anything because nobody cares, nobody will understand. And so I am breaking that cycle, and that's why I'm here um, to prove to my inner voice that that's not true. um, I am trying to prove to myself that there are people out there who do understand. Not that I say this fairly frequently. I wouldn't wish most of these experiences on anyone. Like some of them are cool, some things are good, but there's a lot of things that are really hard, especially because the world just isn't designed to be accommodating. So I I wouldn't if I had the ability to give someone this stuff, I wouldn't, which is one reason why I don't want children. Because that's my one way of not giving anyone else these problems. I don't know for sure if I will always feel that way, which I talked about in a different episode. But for now, that is how I feel, and therefore I will not be having children for the foreseeable future. But other than that, there is nothing I can do. And I have felt this way for a long time, by the way. This is not like honestly, realizing I'm neurodivergent has maybe not changed my perspective, but it has made me think that, maybe it wouldn't be so bad to have a kid, because even if they did have these issues, at least I would be able to help them. But before I knew I was neurodivergent, and I just thought I was a total, complete mess all the time and didn't understand myself at all and thought my whole family was just totally crazy. I definitely didn't want to have kids. I was like terrified of the prospect of having children. So in some ways, knowing I'm neurodivergent has helped me feel less afraid. I still don't want them, so I won't do that, because if you don't want children, don't have them. That's just, it's not good for anybody. But I'm less terrified because I feel like I understand why things happen the way that they did, or why people are the way that they are in my family, and myself included. So I would not wish this on anyone. However, I know there are plenty of people who do relate. And I am excited and happy to have met a few, and to continue to meet more people through this that, just so that I can help support you, and that we can share our experiences and just not be so isolated. It's definitely easier in a virtual platform. You can kind of have controlled doses of socialization, so you don't have to totally burn yourself out on socializing or overwhelm yourself, because I do that. Especially if I meet another neurodiverse person and I just start info dumping and talking, and they do the same thing, and it goes on for hours, and then I am so tired, and I have actually had like meltdowns because of that. So to me, having a more controlled environment via the internet, being able to meet people online, talk in message formats where I can respond when I have the brain capacity to, or where I can listen to like voice messages, where I can listen to it when I have the time and I have the energy, and I can respond and take my time with what I'm going to say and plan how I want to say it, is much more conducive to the autistic experience, being able to plan things and prepare, and just not overwhelm yourself with everything all at once and trying to keep up with the conversation. I am excited to meet even more people in that capacity through this, and so if you guys would like to reach out, I put my Instagram handle in every episode's show notes. I'm considering starting a couple of things. Sorry. Oh my gosh. I am so tired and stiff and... Anyways, I'm considering maybe starting an email and possibly its own like podcast Instagram. I don't know. It's just a lot to keep up with. I've started and let so many Instagram accounts fall off over the years just because I've had different hobbies and different things, and I was like, oh, I need to organize this into a separate one, and then I, can't keep up with it, so it dies. So I really don't want to do that again, so I haven't yet. I'm gonna stick with this for a little while, but if you guys would like me to have an email address that you can contact me, I think that I might do. I don't have to really maintain that in like a posting situation. It would just be reading and responding to you guys, and I definitely would do that. I really do want to have more neurodivergent acquaintances and friends and conversations, and to talk about these things, because it's really important to me, and it affects my life every day, obviously. But um, I never really had very many friends because it's really hard to make friends with neurotypical people. And I found that a lot of the people that I have in my life that I do really care about and that I have been able to really connect with are either diagnosed or self-diagnosed neurodivergent in some way. So it's it's almost like those are the people that I naturally gravitate towards anyways, and really the only people that can handle me, handle like being friends with me, because I am bad at communicating regularly, and people will view that as like I don't care, and that's absolutely not it. It's just life is very overwhelming, and when people reach out to me, I definitely respond. It's just I have a really hard time initiating because I'm so focused on just trying to keep it together most of the time. Um, and I feel like my neurodivergent friends, which are really the only friends I have, they understand that. Um, and don't get personally offended when I forget to reach out for a while because I am just overwhelmed with life. Um, and that's not gonna change. Like, I think a lot of times the neurotypical people in my life would just be like, oh, you're always so busy. Or, you're like, why do you always say you're so busy? Like, you should really make your life less busy. And I'm like, funny. Funny you should say that. Because I literally can't. And also my brain is sometimes the thing that's busy, and I didn't really know how to articulate that. But like, I am this way. There are certain things about me that just aren't going to change. So either you get on board and you know, understand that this is how it's going to be, and that I don't mean anything personally by not raging out for a couple weeks at a time or whatever. Like, either you get on board or you don't. And we probably can't be friends because I just can't maintain friendships like that. I can't maintain relationships that I have to message somebody back every day. That's never gonna happen. Um, I have a couple of friends, what I would consider my best friends. They send me memes on Instagram. Those are the only people that I'm even like decent with responding to, and half the time it's sending a meme. It's not even sending a message. So like, it's just like I see this thing and I'm like, oh, that made me think of you. You know, and it's not even me having to figure out what to say. And so, like, just it takes so much energy, and I don't think that a lot of neurotypical people understand that at all. And so, I just don't have any neurotypical friends. But I also don't have very many friends at all, and I do enjoy meeting new people when I can have a good conversation with them and feel like there's some sort of understanding there and some mutual interests and things. So definitely reach out if you'd like. I'm gonna put a poll, I think, if I can figure out how to do it, because again, don't know how to do this stuff. I'm gonna put a poll and see if anybody would like me to have an email to reach out to me. Yeah. And I say this to you, but I also am saying this to me. No matter what happens today, and no matter how people make you feel, you are enough.